Why, hello, boys and girls. Welcome to episode 7 of Reading and Writing Fun with me, Swoops the Owl. In our last episode, we were talking about the second step in the writing process, which is drafting your work, or in other words, making your first copy. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about the third step in the writing process. But if you haven't watched the last episode, make sure you watch that video first before proceeding to this video. Alright? Let's take a look at where we are so far. So we've completed step 1 and 2. And now we are on step 3, which is revision. Alright? Only 2 more steps to go after this one. We're getting close. Revising your work is basically a major editing process for your work. Remember, your draft is the rough copy or your first copy of your work. And like I said in the last video, you'll be making multiple copies of your work as you go along the writing process. So revising technically is your second draft or your second copy of your work. Now, in your draft, let's say you didn't like a certain sentence or even a certain paragraph in your writing and you want to change it up, maybe add some stuff, maybe just take it out and replace it with a new one. That is why we do revision, because revision is not necessarily editing for grammar or sentence structure, but it's more about the content in your work, how it's structured, what you've used. Maybe you want to use a different literary device instead of the one you used. Because revision, my friends, is very, very important. Because if you don't revise, you'll have your only one draft as your final copy. And good writers always check their work 2 times, even 3 times, to make sure that they have what they want and that their writing is perfection. Alright? So revising can be done in many ways. The first way you can do it is now if you're writing it, the first way is by handwritten. So let's say your draft is handwritten. Revising it would obviously be writing it. So there are many revision symbols that you can use, such as the delete symbol, which is basically like a little line through a word. If you don't want a word, you can delete it out. You can change certain sentences by underlining them or highlighting them. For the full list of revision marks, you can look them up on Google Images and find them out. Now, if you're typing your work, you may have it a little harder because I don't believe that there's built-in revision marks in your word processing software. And so you'll have to go through and just look at which stuff you like to keep or what you not want to keep. Alright? Because like I said before, this is not a grammar checking. This is checking for ideas. Alright? So let's say you didn't research properly. We're going to go back all the way to episode 1. Let's say you wanted to do an interview, but you forgot to do it. Well, this is a time to add in your information from the interview. Now, we're assuming that you already conducted your interview. And so now you want to add the information into your second draft. So at this point, you can go ahead and add in some information from your interview into your work so that you can move forward with your second draft. Now, there's many other things you can do with your second draft. And that is very important because like I said before, and I can't stress it enough, boys and girls, if you don't revise your work, you can't move on and publish it. Alright? And if you want to make a book out of your work and you go to a publishing company, they're going to ask you, did you revise this? Are you sure that you want to submit this for publishing, final copy? And you're going to have to ask yourself, did I meet my own requirements? And did I make sure that I had everything I wanted in my writing? All right, it's very important to ask yourself those questions and check your work before you can move on to any other steps in the complete writing process. All right, boys and girls? So here is your assignment for tonight. Revise your work. All right, you could guess that was probably going to be your assignment for today. All right, revise your work. Check to see if you want to add anything else. All right, add any extra information, do extra research. All right, do anything you have to do. All right, revision can even mean learning a new thing. So if you'd like to go back and watch some of the videos and see what you missed and see if you want to include it in your writing, you can do that as well. All right, and as a little bonus, if you'd like to share with the community what you did to your piece, please post a comment below this video. But don't post the PDF this time. Just post a list of what you did to your piece. So for example, let's say put in your comment, I added a personification, and then write down the sentence you used your personification in. All right, don't attach the whole document, just write down the revisions you did for your piece. All right, well, that's it for today, boys and girls. This is Swoops the Owl signing off, and have a pleasant day.